Have you ever thought about how certain ancient philosophical methods can have a profound and surprising impact on your contemporary life? This video will give you an inspiring perspective. You'll discover an approach that has been mastered by historical figures to thrive in today's busy world. And here's the intriguing twist: a secret kept for centuries, a practice capable of reshaping your mindset, bringing clarity, resilience, and fulfillment to every aspect of your existence. As we explore these 9 ancient practices, you'll notice how past and present intertwine on a path toward lasting prosperity. Don't miss this unique opportunity for discovery and personal growth. Stick around until the end of the video and unlock a treasure trove of wisdom that will enrich your journey toward a more meaningful and balanced life. Subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring and practical content based on historical practices and other timeless wisdom. Join a community of people who are seeking personal growth and positive transformation. First, it is crucial to develop a set of internal control principles. This concept is a cornerstone of Stoicism and has a profound and relevant application in our contemporary lives. It refers to our perception of how much control we have over the circumstances that surround us and how much we are influenced by external factors. The Stoics believed that true power lies in how we react to and interpret the world, rather than in the situations themselves. Consider, for example, a situation where you find yourself stuck in traffic. A person with an internal locus of control would recognize that although they cannot control traffic, they can choose their response to the situation. You can use this time to listen to an audiobook, practice patience, or simply relax. On the other hand, someone with an external locus of control would feel completely at the mercy of circumstances. This person may become frustrated, angry, and feel like they have no power over the situation. This mindset leads to stress and dissatisfaction as the person feels they cannot influence or direct events. In modern society, where we are bombarded by external stimuli and unpredictable events, cultivating an internal locus of control becomes crucial. This helps us maintain a balanced perspective, reduce anxiety, and take constructive action regardless of the circumstances. This does not mean that we should deny external influence, but rather that we can choose how to respond to it. Stoicism reminds us that many things are beyond our control, such as other people's actions, natural events, and political changes. However, we can control our attitude and perspective towards these situations. By developing a set of internal control principles, we are investing in building mental resilience, self-knowledge, and inner peace. Furthermore, according to Stoic teachings, time management is a fundamental practice. It helps us navigate the complexities and demands of modern life more effectively and meaningfully. At the heart of this practice is the recognition that time is a finite and valuable resource, and the way we use it directly impacts our quality of life. Our quality of life and personal fulfillment, in the context of Stoicism, are not limited to creating rigid schedules or being incessantly productive. It is, instead, about developing a deep awareness of how we are investing our time and ensuring that our activities are aligned with our values, goals, and aspirations. Stoicism reminds us that just as we do not have absolute control over all external circumstances, we also do not have unlimited control over time. Therefore, it is essential to take an intentional approach to using time in order to avoid waste and future regrets. In a world where demands seem endless and distractions are constant, time management, within a historical context, invites us to be more deliberate in our choices and to prioritize what really matters. By doing this, we can achieve a healthy balance between our responsibilities and our well-being, building a life more aligned with our deepest values. Third, we must not externalize our happiness. This historic practice has profound implications for our modern lives, in which we often seek validation and contentment outside of ourselves. This practice encourages us to cultivate an internal, authentic source of happiness, rather than relying on the approval of others or material possessions to feel fulfilled. At the heart of this practice is the recognition that we often engage in behaviors and choices designed to impress others or conform to standards. External factors harming our own satisfaction and values. This leads us into a cycle of constant dissatisfaction, as we never truly live up to our authenticity. By practicing not externalizing happiness, we choose a path of self-acceptance, authenticity, and lasting satisfaction. This does not imply excluding social interactions or meaningful relationships, but rather building a solid foundation of internal well-being that allows us to face the ups and downs of modern life with renewed serenity. The importance of the historical practice of concentration and avoiding distractions is highly relevant in contemporary society, where we are constantly overwhelmed by an incessant flow of information and distractions. This approach invites us to develop the ability to direct our attention to what really matters, avoiding wasting energy on trivial tasks and purposeless distractions. At the heart of this practice is the recognition that our attention is a limited and valuable resource. Dedicating our time and effort to meaningful tasks requires deliberate and conscious focus. By applying this practice, we are able to increase our productivity, improve the quality of our work, and live more meaningfully. It helps us escape the trap of constant busyness and create a deeper connection with our activities and goals, allowing us to thrive in a world saturated with information and distractions. Furthermore, it is essential to abandon ego and vanity, especially in modern society, where knowledge is constantly expanding. The teachings emphasize the importance of recognizing our own limitations and keeping an open mind for continuous learning. This attitude is essential, as it reminds us that we will never have all the knowledge and that there will always be more to learn. This encourages us to cultivate a mind that is receptive to new perspectives and information, even if it challenges our existing beliefs. This practice involves adopting a self-taught approach, staying curious and open to new topics, regardless of our age. Mistakes are seen as opportunities for growth, and by setting aside ego and embracing intellectual humility, we value both formal and informal education. We recognize that learning from past and present thinkers enriches our understanding of the world. In a context where information changes rapidly, the practice of humility and constant learning protects us from intellectual arrogance and allows us to adapt to changes. This helps us face uncertainty flexibly and thrive in an ever-evolving world. By embracing this historic practice, we seek to improve our understanding of the world and enrich our lives through the constant pursuit of knowledge and personal growth. The sixth principle and the historical practice of recording our thoughts and writing highlight the importance of examining and investigating our thoughts and emotions through writing. This aspect of ancient philosophy is particularly relevant in modern times, where we are often distracted and overwhelmed by information. Through writing, we can create an intimate space to explore and get to know ourselves better. Past thinkers believed that written reflection allows us to observe our own ideas and beliefs more objectively. By putting our thoughts on paper, we gain clarity about our feelings, dilemmas, and aspirations, which can result in a deeper understanding of ourselves. Furthermore, writing serves as a means of recording our personal journey. For example, the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius kept a diary known as Meditations, in which he recorded his reflections on virtue, ethics, and life. This writing habit allowed him to refine his understanding of historical principles and cultivate self-discipline. In the modern world, Where life often leads us to avoid inner reflection, the historical practice of writing offers us a powerful tool for slowing down and examining our thoughts and actions. It can be a personal diary, a blog, or even messages to ourselves. The goal is to create a space where we can explore our concerns, desires, and values, facilitating the path to self-reflection and growth. The seventh principle, maintaining our position and convictions, is a fundamental principle that remains relevant in modern society, in which we are often pressured to compromise or abandon our values in pursuit of conformity or superficial gains. This essential practice emphasizes the importance of defending our beliefs and principles, even when we face challenges and opposition. The Stoics emphasized the consistency between our actions and values, refusing to compromise their convictions to please others or gain temporary advantages. This involves resisting prevailing social pressure and maintaining personal integrity. This practice reinforces authenticity and allows us to live up to our own standards, regardless of external expectations. It requires resilience and determination to face criticism and difficulties, inspiring others to do the same and creating a positive and courageous effect on those around us. However, ancient philosophers also emphasized the importance of considering consequences, weighing the implications of holding firm to our convictions versus making concessions when appropriate. In today's society, where external influences and social pressures can be overwhelming, the practice of holding to our convictions provides an anchor for living authentically. This empowers us to face life's complexity with determination, deal with integrity, and make decisions aligned with our deepest values. The eighth principle proposes considering the worst-case scenario as an approach to dealing with uncertainties and challenges in contemporary society. This approach is not driven by pessimism, but by emotional and mental preparation in the face of adversity. By imagining the most unfavorable results, we prepare ourselves psychologically to face the diversity of situations. This does not feed constant fear, but rather promotes a realistic view of the unknown. The practice of visualizing worst-case scenarios aims to reduce the emotional impact of feared situations. We often realize that these circumstances are not as terrifying as we initially imagined. Furthermore, by contemplating these adverse scenarios, we develop coping strategies to deal with unexpected challenges, which increases our confidence in our ability to overcome. This practice also strengthens emotional resilience, as it better prepares us to deal with difficulties, since we have already considered these possibilities. Contemplating the worst-case scenario helps us value the present, highlighting the importance of the current moment instead of worrying excessively about the future. It also helps us reduce excessive expectations, reminding us that we can find ways to move forward, even when faced with challenges in a world full of uncertainty. The ninth principle reminds us of the impermanence of life and material possessions, offering a valuable perspective in a modern society that often values momentary achievements and material possessions. Accepting transience allows us to find contentment in the present and not let ourselves be shaken by life's inevitable fluctuations. This does not mean that we should not seek achievements or enjoy moments of joy, but rather that we should be aware of the fleeting nature of these experiences. This practice also helps to cultivate emotional detachment and face losses and changes naturally, recognizing that nothing is eternal. This better prepares us to deal with adversity without being overwhelmed by suffering. In a context where we are constantly encouraged to consume and incessantly search for superficial achievements, accepting transience offers an antidote to the emptiness that often accompanies these searches. As we conclude our journey through historic practices that can enrich modern life, I invite you to join our community by subscribing to our channel. We will continue to share valuable and practical information to help you thrive in the demands of today's society. We want to walk alongside you on this journey of self-knowledge and personal growth. Furthermore, we invite you to share your reflections in the comments below, enriching our community with your experiences, doubts, and perceptions related to these practices. Together, we can explore new horizons of wisdom and inner empowerment. Remember that your decision to join us is a courageous step toward a fuller, more meaningful life. If you liked it, leave your comment and continue this journey with us, where we will continue to explore the keys to thriving in modernity based on historical wisdom. Don't forget to activate the notification bell. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and see you in the next video.